Hi, I'm Mindy Peters, the Solutions Manager for SPI, and I am going to show you a way that you can use Teachable and Deadline Funnel together. Specifically, what we are going to do is set up a holiday or fixed date promotion inside of Deadline Funnel so that we can open and close a sale automatically in Teachable. Let me show you what I mean. So what you're seeing right now is a sales page for our course A to Z Webinars. This is a course where we teach creators how to use webinars to grow their audience and also if they would like to use it to make sales for their products. And we are participating in a promotion with Teachable wherein this course will be on sale for 1 week. At the end of that week, we need that sale to go away. We need that sale to end. Currently, A to Z Webinars isn't open all the time for sale because it's still in its first year. And typically when a course is in its first year, we open and close it. And in those close periods of time, we use those to get feedback from the first rounds of students and make little tweaks to the course. So at the end of this week, I need that payment button to go away. How do I do that? I can use Deadline Funnel to make that happen. So the tools that we need here are Teachable and Deadline Funnel. I'm not going to be talking about how to use Deadline Funnel with emails in this video. And so that's why I'm not talking about those. This promotion doesn't really involve email for us. There'll be subsequent videos in the future on how to use Deadline Funnel with email. So here's the back end for Teachable, and specifically I am inside of the A to Z Webinars course and I am looking at all of my available sales pages. And the trick to making this work with Deadline Funnel is that you need 2 sales pages. You need your main sales page and you need your promotional sales page. It's really easy. You can even just copy your main sales page and make some tweaks to it and use that as your promotional sales page. Let me show you here quickly how you make a copy of a sales page. This is my primary sales page right here. And if you just click on this More Options button, one of the options is Duplicate Page. You can duplicate your page and change the specific things, change your payment buttons, change some copy to talk about the promotion, and then importantly, also make sure that you update your URL. Otherwise, Teachable is just going to throw a -1 at the end of it. So back here, this is my promotional sales page, and then this is my primary sales page. If you were to go to A to Z Webinars right now, this is the page that you would land on. Okay, so I have what I need for Deadline Funnel. I have my 2 sales pages, and now I'm going to go into Deadline Funnel. In Deadline Funnel, I'm going to click the New Campaign button. And Deadline Funnel has a nice walkthrough to help you build your promotion. The first thing you need to do is give it a name. And then if you've previously set up categories, choose your category. Now from this page, we are picking the platforms that we're working with. And Deadline Funnel has helpfully filled in what I've used in the past. However, this is not what I'll be using for this promotion. I'm going to take WordPress off of here and put in Teachable instead. I'll leave the email provider in because they want you to include an email provider, although we will not be sending emails in this promotion. I'm going to click Next. And this is where you choose what type of a promotion that you're running. Deadline Funnel has a bunch of different suggestions. The 2 that we primarily use are either holiday or fixed date promotion, which is what we're going to be using here, or an automated webinar promotion. Those are typically the 2 that our team tends to use. I'm going to go with Use Template here for holiday or fixed date promotion. So what a holiday or fixed date promotion means is that everybody visiting the page has exactly the same deadline. Deadline Funnel is really great and really flexible. You can use it to give every single person who visits a page a different deadline based on the first time they visit that page or a trigger that happens in your email service provider. Those are really fantastic uses of Deadline Funnel, and they're a little more complicated than this. We're going to start with the very easiest, which is is the holiday promotion. So what I need to do here is put in the day that my sale ends. One thing you'll notice is that they default to 11:59 for the end of the day for your promotion. And you can change that time to whatever time you want. Let's say you want it to expire at 9 p.m. instead. The reason they use 11:59 instead of midnight is very smart. And that is because midnight is technically the first minute of the day. So I want my sale to end at the end of the day on June 7th. If I want my sale to end at midnight, it would actually be June 8th at 12 a.m. A lot of people don't understand that because we think of midnight as being the end of the day. So a lot of people would get sort of confused about that. I think this is really smart. We always say if our sale ends at the end of the day, we always say 11:59 instead of midnight so that we don't have confusion over that point. Choose your time zone. Okay, so once you've entered your date, your time, and your time zone, very important, hit next. And this takes us to our 2 teachable sales pages. So the first page that you enter is your promotional page. And the second page that you enter is when the promotion ends, what should those people be redirected to? What should they see when the promotion ends? So this page with the Buy Now button is my promotional page. I'll enter that in here. And this page, which is my main course sales page, is the page they should go to when the deadline is over. I've got my 2 pages entered. Now I'm going to hit finish, but I'm not quite done. Okay, so Teachable now takes me to this excellent quick start guide, and this is your checklist for making sure that you've done everything you need to do. So the first thing on the checklist is to style our pages and make sure that we've added all of the pages that we want to do. We're going to hit setup, or you can get to it by hitting this pages button in the left sidebar, hit setup, and you can see it takes us to that pages tab. So here's where we need to make some style decisions. We could just use Deadline Funnel sort of silently to show the promotional sales page, and then after the deadline, show the regular sales page. But Deadline Funnel can do a little bit more. It can add in some style elements. It can add in a floating bar that tells the page visitor about the deadline. It could add in a countdown timer onto the page. So there's a few different options. I'm going to show you my favorite ones. We'll go to Edit Settings. And here's where we have some options. Let's start with the floating bar. That option's already selected, so I'll hit Save. And now we'll hit Edit Appearance. Deadline Funnel is going to make some suggestions for us, but we'll just walk through this setup list on the left-hand side. Click on Template. And this is where you can put in some custom colors. I'll click on Custom Color Options and put in the color I want for my bar. If you'd prefer to make your bar full width, you can click this button here. And just to see what it will look like on your site, you can scroll up and down and get a sense of what you're working with here. Once you've done that, click the Continue button. We're going to go to Content, and this is where you can change the copy in the bar. So I've updated my copy, and you can see that that goes into the bar below, and I am using Deadline Funnel's suggested deadline text inside of curly braces, and what that provides is the deadline in this copy here. The next thing I need to decide is whether or not to have the call to action button active in my bar here. Now, typically I use it when I have only a single product on the page, because that button then is going to lead me to my checkout. If I have 2 products on the page, typically I don't use the call to action button, and I just let that bar sort of follow down the page, letting people know about the deadline, but I don't have a button in it. Another way that you could use that button, if you do have multiple products, is to put in an anchor link on your page that will take you down to the payment section on your sales page. I only have 1 product, so I'm going to go ahead and use that button with a link to my checkout. So I've got my CTA URL added in here, and that for me is just my Teachable pricing plan. It's where I want that button to go. And I'll hit Continue. There's a few other things that you can play with here. The placement option just lets you choose if you want the bar at the bottom of the page or the top of the page. I typically choose the bottom of the page. And presets are if you want to save this. You know what? Doesn't hurt. I'm going to go ahead and save this. Now, finally, when you hit save, you're going to have two options with save: apply to current page and apply to all pages. If you were using multiple different promotional pages in your campaign and they have different floating bars on them, then you would want to choose apply to current page. I'm going to hit apply to all pages because I just have the one page. And hit exit. And now my setup for that is complete. Now, if I wanted to also include a countdown timer at a fixed place in the page, I could do that by just adding a new page, entering exactly the same information in terms of my promotional page and my after promotion page. And we're just going to change the type on this to inline timer. Same thing here, you just click on edit appearance. And you can work through the template to choose different styles here. We've got different styles of countdown timers. You can customize your colors. Within the specific template that you've chosen, you can make adjustments to how that countdown timer looks. Maybe you want to take away the labels. Maybe you want to take away the seconds, whatever you want to do. So once you've styled that countdown timer, there's one more little thing that you will need to add into your sales page, and I'll show you that when we put in our tracking code. I just want to take you back to the quick start. You can mark Update Teachable as complete. We are not going to be using email links. If you were going to send people to your sales page via email, you would want to use the links that are available here. Instead of a direct link to that page, you'll just come in here, click on that to copy Deadline Funnel's link to the page, and that's what you would drop into your email. Finally, just in case you do need to adjust your deadline, you'll find that under settings. Now, Deadline Funnel has a bunch of other things here that you can explore on your own and that we'll go into in subsequent videos. But for right now, we've done what we need to do, which is we have set up our pages for Teachable inside of Deadline Funnel. There's one more step, and that's that we need to put the Deadline Funnel code into Teachable. And we need to do that in two places if we're going to use that little countdown timer, just one place if you're using the floating bar. Up at the bar here on the top, go to tracking code. Click on the copy button to get your Deadline Funnel tracking code. Now we're back here in Teachable, and I have clicked on the Cite button here in the left-hand sidebar, and that takes me to this page. Go down and click on Code Snippets. I'm in the code snippets section, and I'm going to go down to head code snippets, and we need to drop that Deadline Funnel code into our head code snippets. You probably have some Google Analytics or Google Tag Manager code in here. Just go to the bottom after the last script that you've entered and paste it in and hit save. If you're using a floating bar, that's all you need to do. If you're using that little embedded countdown timer, there's one more thing you need to do. Go back to Deadline Funnel, and in this box, you'll see this little bit of HTML here. Hit copy. And wherever you want that timer to show up, you'll need to add that into your sales page. You do that in Teachable with an HTML block. This is the Teachable 2.0 builder. You can just click add a new block and choose custom HTML block. Or if you're already using an HTML block, you can just drop it right in there. I'm going to drop it in, hit update, and reload my page. And you can see now I both have my little countdown timer here, and I've got a bar that's stuck to the bottom. And if you don't like the look of that, let's say I get here and I think, I don't really like that full width bar, because I don't. I'll go back into Teachable and go to Appearance. Take off the full width bar, hit continue, save, refresh my page, and now you can see my bar is no longer full width. So you can go back and forth and do some experimentation until you have the look that is right for you. So I'm all done. When June 7, 2021 at 11:59 p.m. rolls around, and any time after that point, this page, if someone puts in that URL, it will automatically redirect to my main sales page instead. So one question you might be having is, for how long will that be true? For how long will my promotional sales page continue to redirect to the main sales page? For this type of promotion, for a holiday promotion, that is forever true. There is no expiration period on that. As long as you keep that campaign in Deadline Funnel, it will always redirect. So what if you want to reuse that URL down the road? You either need to delete that campaign out of Deadline Funnel, or you can just go in and edit the campaign in Deadline Funnel to have a new deadline. Some other campaigns in Deadline Funnel don't work that way. If you are using an evergreen promotion where everybody has their own deadline, in those cases, there will be a cookie period. And after that cookie period expires, they'll be able to see that promotional sales page again. We'll talk about those things more in subsequent videos on Deadline Funnel. But for now, just know that with a holiday promotion, that redirect will always stay in place as long as you keep that set up in Deadline Funnel. I hope this was a helpful, easy way to get started using Deadline Funnel in your Teachable school. I think it's a very powerful tool. We use it a lot around here. If you're interested, you can use our affiliate link to purchase Deadline Funnel. Just go to smartpassiveincome.com/Deadline Funnel. As with all affiliate links, SPI gets some benefit if you purchase through our affiliate link, but it's at no extra cost to you. In fact, you get an extra little promotion if you use our affiliate link. If there are any videos you'd like us to make about Deadline Funnel, just put them in the comments below.